Oh, yeah. That's what I was going to record, the gentlemen that were here.
Okay.
But they didn't show up, so you can just state your name, who you, whatever you do, whatever,
okay.
What you're interested in.
All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Ben Cruz.
Hold 1 second. Yeah, okay, go ahead. Shoot.
All right. I'm honored to be here. My background is aviation aerospace. I've worked for aerospace manufacturers like Boeing, McDonnell Douglas. I currently work as an aircraft mechanic up in the Mojave Desert. I've been researching foreign technology. I call it foreign technology. I don't call it UFOs or aliens. To me, it's foreign technology, because who's making these things? Who's building these things? Anyhow, so it's foreign technology. And I've been doing this for many years, even, way before the internet. I mean, before the internet, check this out. We were renting airplanes. We're charting aircraft, and we're flying over military installations. That's how real research is done, by being out in the field. So, today there's a lot of information, a lot of disinformation, and it's up to you to determine what's real, what's not. A lot of stuff is muddied and watered. And once again, it all falls on you. You have to decide what's real, what's not. Slowly and surely, we're being desensitized, conditioned as a society. You hear like the CIA is releasing tapes, movies are coming out, and things are happening overseas or different foreign countries. But in America, it's all censored. We don't know what's going on in what was that country you talked about? Anyhow, where they have like alien students. Anyhow, make a long story short, guys. Trust your instincts. Your instincts won't lie to you when you're out in the field, when you're reading something, when you're watching the news at night. You'll know what the bullshit is. There's a lot of things going on right now. Even things like that aren't really connected to the UFO phenomenon are connected. For example, mass shootings. That's connected. It really is connected.
How so, Ben?
Well, because we talked about this earlier. When Eisenhower met the aliens over at Edwards up in Mojave, the aliens did not like the weapons that the sentries had. So that was a real big issue. So the agreement was, in exchange for the technology and this and that we would slowly try to remove that aspect of human society, the violent nature of humans and
that's from me.
Okay, the violent nature of humans and firearms, because that's a threat to this type of species, because they're mortal as well. But when things weren't happening fast enough, like in the 60s and 70s, the government had to accelerate that program. So just recently it's on. You hear things like the Manchurian Candidate. There's people that you and I know that are perfectly normal, and next thing you know, you see them on the news, something happened, they snapped, and you may have known this person, or you're a good judge of character. That guy would never do that. You hear the stories like at the Vegas shooter. The Vegas shooter was dead before the shooting even began. There was multiple shooters. See, once again, all of this is part of the agenda to facilitate whatever's going to happen, a new world order, a second coming, if you believe in the Bible or whatever it is you want to believe in. But something is happening, and these are exciting times. We're right in the middle of it. I myself, like many of you guys, if they start putting people in military enclosures or federal camps, of course I'm going to fight. I'll probably be one of the first to get killed, because I'm already on that
FEMA camps.
FEMA camp, exactly. That's why they want to take your guns away, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Enslavement of society. See, here's what it comes down to. The United States right now, everyone's coming into the United States. They're going to put this wall. They're going to build this wall. You know why they're building this wall? It's not to keep the people out. It's to keep the people from escaping. Mm-hmm. That's the key. Yeah. See, these walls are going to go up, and you're not going to be able to leave the United States. That's what it really comes down to. And there's so many hidden agendas that are out there, and once again, you have to maneuver. You have to you have to go in your past and think about this and think about that, and what does this mean with that? And of course, computers and stuff like that. So much things can be generated. For example, the SpaceX launch a few weeks back. Mm-hmm. Elon Musk, quote unquote, put a Tesla into space. That's fake. That car did not go into space. There's no car in space right now. All right, that was done in some kind of green room, and that's you know, you hear about like things like the moon landing, the Great Flood, talking snakes, whatever you want to believe. It's really fascinating to be experiencing.
So did we ever land on the moon, Ben?
I would say yes, we did. Our astronauts landed on the moon, but they were not the first. We had other humans there already. The moon is basically, it's an observation post. It's like they're babysitters. There's babysitters on the moon, and they're watching us. And there's more than one race on the moon. I mean, it's so fascinating to be who we are today. To be in the middle of this with this just small amount of knowledge that we have, but this huge desire to obtain more.
Was there an ancient civilization on Mars?
Oh yes, easily. Throughout the galaxies, there have been ancient civilizations throughout the world. I mean, think about that. The pyramids, for example, how are they able to lift and move these stones from these quarries, 500-ton stones or whatever? I mean, they didn't use dates and rollers, wooden rollers. You know, they didn't chisel out of bronze tools. Nothing like that ever happened. We're talking ancient civilizations that have been on this planet, that have been reset for whatever reason, a catastrophic meteorite or whatever. But yes, what's happening is, here's what it comes down to. The Earth is a farm. We're somebody else's property. It's almost like the Earth is like a laboratory. They're experimenting. Let's try this batch. Let's try this human, a Cro-Magnon human. Let's try this Neanderthal. You know, they're trying to get something right. Somebody's experimenting. They're manipulating us. But at some point, we managed to kind of like come into our own. I don't know if that's per design or by pure luck. In other words, we actually were able to acquire some of the same technology that they have, as I mentioned. We're just a few thousand years behind some of the alien races. So we actually we're almost at that same level. So now we can start fending for ourselves.
So are we humans genetically engineered from space aliens?
Yes, exactly. We are stardust. It's true. We are all stardust.
But have we been like genetically engineered in the lab to make us who we are?
Because like a singular cell cannot become a liver, and it can't become a heart, and it can't become a lung. There's no way that's possible. There's no way that can. We did not stem from like Darwin's theory of a single organism that came out of the ocean. There's no way that a single cell can become your knee and another can become your brain. That's impossible. All right, we're genetically engineered. This is who we are. It's a gift. Call it a blessing, a curse, but this is all we're going to get, folks. There is no afterlife as far as I know. This isn't a dress rehearsal. We've got to make the best of what we got right now. So, in closing, trust your instincts, follow your heart, and there's a lot of people who they're not going to want to hear what you have to say, what you want to share, because it goes against their beliefs, or, they're like, they have to see the smoking gun, they have to see it on the 11 o'clock news or something like that. But that's not going to happen either. But when you see something on your own, you'll know what you saw. And that's kind of it. So I'll leave it like this. What's the last thing I'm going to say? Here's what I recommend for some of you new guys. Go to the older stuff. For example, Chariots of the Gods. You guys have seen Chariots of the Gods, right? Great piece of work. This guy, Eric von Däniken, he was a hotel manager. Exactly. He was a hotel manager, saved up all his money, traveled around the world, and documented. And he blew the scientific world on its ass. And since then, they've been trying to dispute him. But, I mean, you see it. I mean, cave drawings here, Easter Island there, pyramids there. I mean...
Pyramids everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the pyramids in Egypt, the Pyramid of Cheops is the equivalent to 35,000 locomotives. 35,000 locomotives. Now, how can somebody build that? How can Egyptians did not build that?
It's a joke.
Exactly. It's in...
Humans.
Exactly. No, we didn't build that. Humans did not build that.
We didn't build that.
No. And this is what mainstream science, this is what they're teaching in school, that the pyramids were built by humans, and it took them like 2 minutes to move and carve every stone. It's just impossible. But there's some good information out there, a lot of bad information. You're on your own to settle and find out what's true, what's happening. Good materials coming out, bad materials coming out. you know, don't worry if you see something and you share that. Don't worry if you feel like they're going to laugh at you, because what it really is, some people are just jealous that you're having these experiences and they're not. So if you do have an experience, if you see something, a ghost, some kind of apparition or something, that's a blessing for you. We do have gifts because we are part of the, you know, the stardust out there that floats out there. But yes, here's what I believe in. All right, I believe in you, and I believe in you. All right, religion is a tool used to control the masses. You can follow those books, that's fine. But in the real world, I mean, you get sick, you go to a hospital, you're not going to go to church, right? That's what it comes down to. You know, religion's just a tool to control the masses, and that's fine. It's okay. I mean, we're comfortable with that. But that's what it all comes down to. They got to keep the lid on everything like that. Because if the UFOs come out, the aliens come down, that's going to cause an issue. For example, the aliens, because of their technology, their lifespan, wouldn't they be closer to the Creator because of their technology? The answer is yes, they would be closer to the Creator. Well, who's the Creator? And that's where everything goes crazy. You know, will they disclose that? We don't know. Is there a white guy sitting in a chair in the clouds? I don't know. If the flood did happen, then realistically God is a mass murderer, because he just killed a bunch of people that were innocent just for the sake of saving just a handful. So once again, you see, people don't want to see the bad. They only want to see the good. You know, so it's up to you. It's up to you. I want to wish you luck in your ventures, whatever you're doing. Once again, my name is Ben Cruz. You can find me on Facebook. It's called Dark Flight Foreign Technology Research. Dark Flight Foreign Technology Research.
Thank you, Ben. We want to thank Ben Cruz here in Glendale, California. This is March the 2nd, 2018. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. Cool.